Go.
Hi, Mark Dill, author of The Legend of the First Super Speedway, and we're at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum, coming up to the 105th running of the Indy 500. I want to talk a little bit about this car, and the headline on this, to me, is not that it won the first Indy 500. This car, most people think was built for that race, and the reality is the design work began in late 1909 and it was built in 1910, and it won another big race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and that is part of what we talk about in the Legend of the First Super Speedway. It won the Wheeler-Shebler Trophy, which was like a 250-mile race. It was one of the biggest races of the year of 1910. The car is 6 cylinders, and when I say cylinders, it did not have a block, which is really interesting. It had individual cylinders. So those of you who are not familiar with the mechanics of that age, you might be surprised to hear, no, there was no block. Also, look at it. It's a very aerodynamic car for its time, and they very much thought about how it would cut through the air. And that's really why it's a single-seater, the only single-seater in the race. And that was a design that was outlawed late after the race, but that creates more of this aero effect. So the car isn't as wide, and then you notice the tail of the car is like a stinger. But aerodynamicists will tell you the airflow that goes over that kind of design, actually is a better way of getting through the air, more efficient. So the little wing on the back has nothing to do with aerodynamics. That was a requirement of the race officials. They wanted to make the numbers more easily seen by the spectators so that they would know what car was what car and who was leading, etc. So thank you very much. I hope that was useful, and we'll talk again soon.